Hi, everybody. It's time for our political energy reading from the swamp for Wednesday, May 7th, 2025. I actually get to do this at my desk with my equipment in the middle of the day today because we had so much rain, flash flood warnings that they closed campus for the day. So we just get to hang out at home and work from home. And there's not a lot I can do from home. So, except keep up with emails, and I've been doing that all morning. Anyway, so I was gonna do just a generic. Well, I did one last night and didn't realize until I went to do playback to see how it looked that I forgot to turn my microphone on. So you had this whole 30-minute video and no sound. I was like, oh, I kind of messed up on that. So we're just gonna starting over again and go with a different question and just forget yesterday ever happened. Okay. So anyway, I thought what I would do. I had a question. I was going through some emails, reading emails and stuff this morning, and one of the articles I saw that really kind of, oops, jumped out at me. I'm actually shuffling the cards right now, so um, and I'm using uh, my fantasy feline tarot deck, and which I also have a fantasy canine tarot deck. The last time I used these, I used the canine one, so it's the feline's turn. Um, Trying to alternate them off, but I really like these little cards because number one, they're small, they fit in your hand. They're great for reading because you get the picture, you get what it is, you get a breakdown of the card, meaning you get the element, you get the astrological sign, all that stuff all comes on the card. So that's kind of cool. You don't have to stop and look it up or have to try to memorize everything. So the article that I read earlier today that just made me start to think was, and I didn't even realize that it was coming up so quickly to be done. But evidently, Donald has been pushing the House and the Senate on the Republican side to put through his cryptocurrency bill. And evidently, it seems that Senator Chuck Schumer, here's a tongue twister, finally got it through his thick head that we're not very happy with him right now, especially after giving in and caving on the CR bill. So he decided to step away from the more conservative Democrats and join the progressives. And so they are uh, working to block the cryptocurrency bill, which basically gives an already fraudulent, corrupt, criminal president an easier way to hide the money, so to speak. Um, Basically, that's the biggest users of cryptocurrency is those on the illegal side of things because it's easier to wash money, shuffle it around, all that kind of stuff, and it's not physical money that can be traced. It's not even real money. It's all made up. So, or at least that's the way it was explained to me. So, my question was, or is, will the Senate Dems be able to block Donald's cryptocurrency bill? Now, we know the House, it's a wash. So, the only thing we have standing between us and them doing God knows what more terrible stuff to the country are the Senate Democrats. And that's because in order to get anything put through, you have to have 60 votes. And the Republicans don't have 60 votes. And now you've got 9 progressive Democrats that have all stepped aside and said, no, we're not voting for this. I think most of the other Senate Democrats have agreed to as well. But their big coup d'etat is the fact that they got Chuck Schumer to step over the conservative middle of the road line and join the progressives. So let's see what we get, shall we? All right, first up is where are we now? What's going on right now as far as dealing with all of this? And let's see. First card up is the Three of Wands. There we go. And of course, the key words for this is action, adventure, looking ahead, expansion, and rapid growth. So this is telling me that where we are now is we're getting the Senate Democrats to actually step up and take action, to quit looking from a short-sighted point of view and instead look at the long-term view. Okay, it may make things a little easier today if you agree or not, but what's the long-term vision? Okay, this is a department that the Republican Party has been so extraordinarily effective at doing, and that is keeping the long vision view, that long-term view of what they're looking to accomplish. And it's taken them roughly 50 years to get into the positions that they're now all in, from local races all the way up the chain to the White House. And there was a lot of things they did that a lot of people thought, well, what's wrong with them? They're, that's what good is that going to do them? They're losing this round. They're not da. No, but they had the long-term view, and they knew if we get our people put in all the right spots and we slowly start filling it up with our ideologues, now you have local, state, and federal government loaded up with right-wing sycophants. They're going to do whatever the party tells them to do. They're going to say whatever the party tells them to say. I mean, I've watched Republican senators and congressmen twist themselves into pretzely knots trying to backtrack from what they said the day before. And then head honchos come out from the White House and say, well, actually, no, we're not going to do it like that. We're going to do it like this. So then they have to turn around and go back out in front of their constituents and literally twist themselves in knots to make what they said yesterday not be relevant anymore. So this is us telling Schumer and the Dems, get off your ass. It's time to get to work. Do your job. Do what we elected you to go in there and do. And more importantly, right now, get your ass up and moving and stop him. That's it. Just stop. Whatever it is that's going around, stop it. So that's card number one. All right, card number two is what is our next step? It kind of bleeds into card number one. So what is the next step? Oh, the High Priestess. There we go. Keywords for the High Priestess: divine truth, intuition, unconscious secrets, spiritual, and wisdom. So this is what we have gotten Schumer to do, is to step over that line up with the progressives. And how did they put it on here? Seek the divine truth. We know what the cryptocurrency bill is going to do. We know what it's for. We're not stupid. Well, most of us aren't stupid. Okay. So this is what we're doing now, is we've got him to step over. He's brought 9 Democrats with him, as well as the Progressive Caucus in the Senate. And hopefully that'll be enough to stop this stupid ass bill from getting pushed through. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm cursing really bad today, and I've been working hard on not doing that as much. The slumber party is one thing. It's made for cursing. That's the whole point. Gotta try not to do it regularly. It just, some days I get really irritated and it just pops out of my mouth and I have no control. All right. Next up, what is the obstacle that Senate Democrats have to face to stop this bill from getting passed? And oh, gee, thank you, Spirit. The card is Judgment. Could you ask for a better card? So, Judgment represents assessment, awakening, letting go of the past, reckoning, and reflection. It also means we're coming after your ass and we're mad as hell and we're not going to take it anymore. Basically is what this card is saying. And we're going to judge you. And we're not going to tolerate it. And now at least we have Senate Democrats who seem to obviously have finally grown a set as well as a spine to stand up and say, no, we're not going to pass that bill. No, you're not going to be able to continue your fraud to the levels that you're making even more money off of everybody. Enough's enough. I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. So that's our obstacle. Their obstacle is judgment. Trying to, and in that respect, I think what that's saying is trying to put a halt to things without making it look like they're just being judgmental because they don't like Donald. And that's fine. You don't have to like him. I don't really care. You could worship the ground he walks on, as so many do. I really don't care. But when he wants to pass these asinine bills, that's going to help no one but him, then I have a problem with that. And so should the Senate Democrats. So it's nice to see that they're actually growing a spine and they've grown a set, as they say. So what's up next? Next is strengths and resources. Oh, interesting. We got the Lovers. Now this represents decisions, love, maturity, relationships, and union. I think decisions probably fits here best. The Senate Democrats had decisions that they needed to make. Oh, excuse me. I'm so sleepy. I need to take a nap. So the Senate Democrats, I lost my train of thought, have finally decided to start making decisions to put a stop to Donald before he wrecks the rest of the country and we become completely overtaken and overrun where we would all get shut down or go to jail. I'm sure that's coming unless they make some changes. So there may be a day when you log into YouTube and there are no more political readers or any of us on air because they would have shut our channels down and put us in jail. That's a very real possibility. I don't think they're going to succeed in that, but we'll see. All right, so that's our strengths and our resources is the Lovers, because we're also we're building relationships, we're building partnerships. Excuse me, I do need a nap. We're building those long-term goals to have the American people stand up for what's right. A lot of them want to, but they're at the point in their lives where if I stand up and protest, they're going to fire me from my job or put me in jail or, God forbid, pew, pew, pew at me. Then I'll be no more. For entertainment purposes only, YouTube. What do I know? I'm just throwing cards and reading them. So this is very important because this is talking about the Democrats having to not just make decisions and stuff that come with this, but also, I don't know why it is I get on air and I start yawning. So not only do they have decisions to make, but they've got relationships that they've got to form that's going to make them stronger in what they're doing. So that's our strengths and resources. And then the last card is the potential outcome. Now, as all of you know, this is reading on the energy of the moment. It could drastically change 5 minutes from now, 5 days from now, 5 weeks from now, 5 months from now. Because energy is constantly in flux. It's always flowing. And because of that, what may be true in this moment, an hour from now, because people have free will and they have the ability to change their mind. In an hour from now, what we've said is no longer relevant. Excuse me. I'm trying to talk while I yawn. Shame on me, Sherry. So, potential outcome. Let's see what we get here. The King of Wands. Now, what does the King of Wands stand for? Big picture, honor, leader, vision, overcoming challenges. Well, honey, if this doesn't just beat it all in, up and back again, this is us right now, and this is what we're feeling, and this is what we're going to have to do. We're going to, I'm sorry, y'all, I don't know why I do this. It's very important that we start looking at the big picture down the road. Okay, people may be pissed off at us right now with the decisions that the legislatures make, but we don't have all the information that they have. So we don't have everything we need to make a totally incomplete observation of what's going on. And again, like I said, there's free will. What I'm reading this moment may be completely drastically different in an hour, a day, a week, a month, a year. Who knows? But still, the King of Wands, that's reminding us that we have to step back and we have to look at the overall big picture of everything so that we know what does that say here? I went blank. We have challenges we have to overcome. We have drastic challenges we have to overcome. And once we get Donald and crew out of the White House, out of the government, out of the Congress, out of the Senate, off of the damn Supreme Court, and we start getting some open-minded, middle-of-the-roaders, along with a few extreme left-wing. What that is that's a reminder to us that we have to keep all of these things in our mind. And I know that the Democrats are already looking forward to 2028, who we're going to run for president, what is our chances, blah, blah, blah. I get a very strong hint that that's not going to really matter if we don't stop Donald in his tracks now. Because if we keep putting it off and keep going, oh, yeah, but he's not really going to do that. Bull hockey. He is going to do that. And if he can finagle it around so that he can claim domestic terrorism, or he can claim that it's all a witch hunt. I think that's one of his favorite phrases. It's a witch hunt. I think that's where that King of Wands really comes in handy, because this is telling us, let them react in the moment. That's what we've been so good at doing for God knows how long. Instead, we have to take that step back, take a deep breath, and assess what's going on. What can be gotten rid of in 2026? What can definitely be gotten rid of in 2028? And how to bring the two together, so that as we manifest these things out, Lord have mercy, I am so sorry. As we temper these things out, it brings home to us the fact that we have to be willing to make a sacrifice. That may mean you give up a Saturday once a month and go march with the others. For those of us who are government workers, state workers, I'm civil service, just doing this is a risk. And I understand that risk. And I accept it wholeheartedly. Because that's how deeply I believe in what is our rights to do. So, out of these cards, we've got adventure, expansion, rapid growth. Next was the High Priestess, and that's divine truth, inabilities, unconscious, secret, spiritual, and wisdom. Yeah, we got to wake up. We got to wake the hell up. We got to get those around us to wake up so that they realize, oh, hey, I'm not 16 anymore, and I can't run around in a bikini anymore. Well, I guess I could, but I have this adverse reaction to terrifying small children. So, yeah, we're not going to go there. I don't even like wearing a regular bathing suit anymore. If I can drop another 20 or 40 pounds, then maybe we'll talk. I'll be glad to get back in the bathing suit. So, looking at all of these, okay, like I said, the Dems are finally stepping out. They're taking action. They're actually doing something that we elected them to go in and do. We have the High Priestess, who's representing divine truth. That's part of what we're trying to get out, is the truth. To combat all of the misinformation that's put out there, all of the bald-faced lies that are put out there. And what are we doing? We're pushing for truth. And in the end, truth will win. That doesn't, however, mean that it will end before we come back for the fall semester. Oh, sorry, my back's hurt. All right. So these are our cards. Now, I also grabbed my prediction deck. I shuffled them up real good earlier just because they're loud and noisy because they're too big for my hands, so I have to hold them in a funny way. So, let's see what we get, shall we? Duties. Keep quiet. This is what Donald and his team want from us. They want us to dutifully, I'm not going to try that again. They want us to be honest about taking on the jobs that we're doing. But they don't want us so honest that we're not willing to look the other way when he comes in and robs the coffers. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's messing it all up, is what he's doing. All right. So that's what I got for you. I'm sitting here looking to see if there are any other messages. I mean, the fact that we had 1, 2, 3 major arcana with this drawing, that's a major event. That's the neon light going off saying, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Spirit has given us this message to pay attention. Oh, now my legs are going to act up. I got that restless leg syndrome. It's a pain in the butt. I got medicine I can take for it, but then I have to go straight to bed because it knocks me out cold. So I really feel like they think that, when I say they, I mean the MAGA people, because not even all Republicans believe this nonsense. This is strictly, we're talking about the MAGA people. They cannot see Donald doing anything wrong at all, period. End of story. He's perfect. He's majestic. He is Jesus reincarnated. God help us. And so, because of that, we have, how did this card put it again? Duties, keep quiet. So to go with all of that, that spirit telling us everyone's going to expect us to stand upright, do our job, perform our duties without any question, so that it makes it easier for them to do what they're going to do. The sad part is I can't even hold the Democratic Party up as an example of how to combat this stuff, how to deal with this stuff. Because unfortunately, there are just as many people, like I said, in my eye, other than my eyeball, that there are this many people who are, granted, they may be considered illegal immigrants, but they're just people looking for a better place to live, a safer place to raise your kids. And that's what I feel this is all talking about. And of course, duties, keep quiet. This is the old way of thinking. Don't speak until spoken to. Do what you're told, no questions asked. You just say yes or no, sir. How far do I need to bend over? You can take the rest from there. That's an ugly picture I just put in my brain. I'm sorry, y'all. So because of that, we really, really, really have to push the Senate Democrats to do what's right, to do what is right. There's a lot of them that got caught up in the money scams and the money schemes, and they're just as guilty as the Republicans. And they sold their constituents out for a few bucks in their pocket, get their debts paid off. Remind you of anybody who had hundreds of thousands of dollars of gambling debt paid off just before being confirmed as a United States Supreme Court justice. Just say it. They have learned to work the system and make the system work for them. They don't want everybody to be able to vote because they know if that happened, they would never win another election until they changed their ways. Which, okay, I have no problem with that. Let's do it. My sock is falling down. So, we've got all this energy around this cryptocurrency bill. Are the Dems going to be able to block this bill from being passed so that it then goes to the president's desk and he signs it into law? And at that point, he starts robbing not just millions and billions from the American people, he's going to be robbing trillions with a T. He and all his little money buddies, EM and Z, and several of the others. And where in the hell are the progressive money men and women? We know they're out there. Why haven't they stepped up and contributed to help make it easier to keep the information out there that's the truth and not just some lie that somebody made up and just pulled it out of their ass and threw it on the wall, see if it stuck? And that's basically what they're doing right now with the Republican Party. Everything's in chaos because they're doing everything at once. The reason why they're doing everything at once is basically they're throwing crap against the wall and seeing what sticks. And for every item that sticks to the wall, well, then that's another talking point for them because that supposedly proved them right. I'm just saying, go figure. So I do have hope, especially since we had the King of Wands at the end here. I do have hope that what we're looking at, we got to fight on our hands. It's not going to be easy, y'all, okay? It's not going to be easy. But we have the cards here telling us, showing us, walk this way. Aerosmith, walk this way. I can't sing. Okay. That's the extent of that. So, in conclusion, we are being told, do our duties, keep your mouth shut. You, little woman, stay barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen. That's where you belong. You don't need to be a senator or a congresswoman or a president or the leader of a company or, these are very, just a little aside here. These are very insecure men who believe this way and who push that narrative. They're very insecure. They have no confidence in themselves, no confidence in their buddies. And the thought that a woman would be giving them all direction is like feeding poison to them and telling them it's going to make your headache go away. Yeah, it'll do that, but you'll be dead, so what difference does it make? So keep your back straight, stand tall, defend what is right, because it's going to take all of us constantly bombarding the people we've elected to one, do their damn job, and two, make the right decisions. And Spirit is telling me again right now, I already told you it's going to get worse before it gets better. But boy, when it gets better, it's going to really be better. I'm just hoping I'm still alive and hanging around on this dusty old planet to see it for myself. All right, guys, that's what I got for you today. Oh, I forgot to look at the bottom of the deck. What's on the bottom of the deck? Let's check it out. Action. The Knight of Swords is what's at the bottom of the deck. And that represents action, defending beliefs, ambitions, stress, and truth. Yeah, they don't have a whole lot of this over there on their side of the aisle. All right, guys, I gotta go walk off these leg cramps. They're driving me nuts. I will see y'all tonight, Sisters of the Mystical Tarot, at 6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern, 5 Mountain, 4 Pacific. And y'all be sure you join us. If you have a question you want us to read on for tonight's show, go put it in one of our community tabs in the comments. We don't take questions on show night. Remember that. So, y'all have a good afternoon. I'll see everybody tonight. Oh, the damn pop-ups. Jesus. Okay, let me work my way through them. Holy Mother of God. Forgive me, Spirit. Okay, pop-ups are gone. I can click off now. Y'all have a wonderful day. It's back to work tomorrow for me, so which means I won't be doing another video until late. I was doing them on my lunch break, but my phone is like on the last vestiges of life. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to be replacing my phone anytime now, which is sad. I like this phone. Oh, well. Okay, guys. Y'all have a good one. God bless it. Get away. Okay. Y'all have a good one. I will see you tonight for those of you that join us for Mystical Tarot of the Mystical Sisters of the Mystical Tarot. Jeez Louise, I'll get it out right in a minute. Okay. Oh, and Marina's interview with Life After Life NDE dropped yesterday. So make sure you go to that website, or you can probably go to Marina's channel. I think she's posted it on her channel as well. She did a really great job, y'all. A really great job. You're going to enjoy it. Yeah, it's pretty good. All right. Bye for now. We'll talk soon.